So, sorry, it's me, isn't it? You do the clap, I do the thing. Anyway, what are we looking at today, Sean?
Today, Dan, we are looking at the WA Base Shaper.
Great, it's another popular one then. Let's find out. Is it?
What do you reckon to the look?
It's orange, isn't it?
It's orange. I like orange.
Do you?
Yeah, I like orange.
What, that sort of rusty water, sort of diarrhea orange?
You've ruined it now. I like orange.
I can smell it from here.
Don't spoil it.
It's more of a brownie orange, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe.
So it's a base shaper. What is a base shaper? Is it a base enhancer?
We're going to talk about that exact subject right now.
Great. Well, buckle in.
Get on with it.
Yeah.
WA have done some interesting plugins, some of which we have liked, some of which we haven't. This one, I'm afraid to say, was suggested in the comments. However, I think people are going to want to hear about this one.
Okay.
It's been getting a fair amount of press. So, basically, this is something clearly for shaping your bass down. Whether that be a bass guitar, a bass drum, 808s, kicks, whatever it is, this
will shape it.
This is designed for that. But also, you can stick groups through it. You could stick a mix through it if you wanted. It does some interesting stuff. Let's just crack on. Let's start.
There's an idea.
Let's start in the middle. Subtone. This thing here. So you choose whether it's working on the sub, the center, or the high part of the signal. And it's a sub synth generator. So it's actually using a synth to generate extra sub. And whether it's in the very sub or the center or the higher part of that signal, you choose there, and then you give it more or less.
What bandwidth is high sub in?
Well, it's not high sub at that point. It's the highest part of that signal. So so I found that high was really good for getting the top end of a kick to really push through.
Bass shaper.
Yeah, well, it's shaping the top end of a bass instrument.
All right. Good answer.
Yeah, I think so. Well, listen, when I'm EQing a kick drum, I'm always pushing. There's different areas.
Subtone.
Yeah, because it's it's generating a subtone. Yeah, below whatever signal you aim it at. You've got to try it.
Okay, all right. I like bass.
There you go. I think you'll like this. Then let's move over to the left. You've got D-Boom. D-Boom
Easy for you to say.
is amplitude triggered. So this is going to take away the real sort of bottom end stuff that is getting in the way. And it's triggered by the amplitude. So the amount of level going into it, that is what triggers that. You've then got D-Mud, which, the muddy bit, the signal we often refer to, is kind of around 200, somewhere around there. This is quite clever in that it pitch tracks. So it's not just picking a frequency and then just getting rid of it. It's tracking where that muddy bit is and constantly dealing with it. And you've then got your level setting there as well. We then go to punch and fade over on the right. A lot of people mistakenly think this is something to do with like a transient designer kind of thing, whereas actually they're both compressors. So punch is a Fairchild 670 style compressor, and it's dealing with the punch part of the signal. So the attack is being dealt with by the punch compressor, and then the fade is a separate compressor dealing with, the sustain. So that's quite clever.
That is clever.
So it is giving the impression of doing some transient stuff, but it's doing it using compression. You've then got some extra controls down the bottom here. You've got saturation, or SAT EQ as it calls it. So that's adding saturation as you might expect. You can cut, at the bottom end, take it out. You can push some in the low, some in the mid, and some in the high. It really gives it a pleasing, warm, sort of fuzzy sound. You've then got your enhancer. So we've got things like press, heat, depth, and then a mix control. Heat is saturation again, a different kind of saturation. Depth is basically adding the sound of running the signal through an LA2A style comp with no compression. So just going through the circuitry of an LA2A. I mean, I really like that. What a cool idea. So that's kind of the controls. And then you've got an in, you've got an out, you've got a phase button down there. RST, don't click that if you're curious, because that'll just reset everything. As I found whilst trying it out. Just got a good sound. What does that do? Oh, it resets it. AGC, auto gain compensation. You've got your oversampling there, and you can click a limiter on there as well. I found this to be pretty damn awesome.
Pretty funky bit of kit.
Yeah, there's loads of these things out there at the moment, and I'm always a bit. It's all right. Does this? Does that? And a lot of them are kind of competing with the Waves. What's the Waves one that we all use? R-Bass.
R-Bass, yeah.
Kind of all doing some. This is doing way more. Obviously, there's more scope to go wrong, but there's way more scope to do really interesting
cool
stuff.
Yeah, I
think it'd be fantastic on your bass bus. And I thought about you when messing with this, and I put it on a bus and sent stuff to it.
What? Because I'm always saying
you're always banging on that. That's how you do it, and it's great for that.
Is it?
It's really great. I mean, you sort of don't need to. It's got mixed controls, but it's an interesting way. Send a little bit of different things to it. Send your kick to it. Send your bass to it. But you can have loads of these. Obviously, it's a plugin. You can just insert one on everything and have them all set differently. But very much enjoyed using this.
Where'd you get it from?
So you just go to WA. I don't know what WA stands for, but if you Google WA Bass Shaper, it will come up. The one thing I couldn't find how long the demo is. I presume that it just runs until it,
stops.
Until it stops. I couldn't find it. Yeah, but yes, there is a demo.
And once we have demoed it, how much does it cost?
Well, this is where things get really cool.
Yeah.
Full price, $39.
Wow. That's very good.
In the sale right now, Dan?
Yeah.
$12.
That's a go-getter, isn't it?
$12.
That's a go-getter, people.
Just go and get it. It's really good. It's really good. You're mad not to get this. If you're mixing anything ever, give this a try.
You're mad.
I've developed a stutter. I blame this stuff.
So, Sean, is the WA Bass Shaper shit?
No, I really like it. Yeah, it's a really cool thing. The only thing is, like a lot of these, I went through all the presets and I couldn't really. I'm sure it worked on whatever they set the preset up on, but you have to get in there and mess with it. And just use your ears. You can mess up the bottom end if you get it wrong, but it can do some very cool stuff.
Excellent stuff. Before you go and download that demo and purchase the WA Bass Shaper, please remember to like the video.
And maybe subscribe to the channel or become a channel member.
Yeah. Check out our Instagram, Studio Life 101.
Yeah, there's a Patreon. There's some mixing courses, mastering courses. We've got our plugin top 5. And if you really miss us talking a load of shit about nothing to do with audio, we have another channel now, which is called The Plan, and there's a link for that down there somewhere.
So until next time, sayonara, suckers.
Adios.